Hello everyone and welcome back to some Salt and some Sanctuary. Previously we had managed to find ourselves, I believe, making our way to Haeger's Caverns. I believe it's called Haeger, or maybe it's pronounced Haeger. Haeger or Haeger, not too sure, probably Haeger because there's a E involved in that name. But we managed to make it to Haeger's Caverns. There are some teleporting skeletons. The Minotaur men with great swords are still here, and yeah, let's just say things are a little bit tough. But in this particular episode we will be exploring this cavern and potentially finding out what's going on here before we continue down deeper into the castle. We had cleared the Castle of Storms, and then I believe we cleared the red hole cages, defeating the tree man, or should I say the tree men, and finding out that there's actually some stuff that we have to do before we can proceed down there. Stuff to do with keys, of course. It seems like there'll be a lot of forced backtracking by locking doors, and in the case of Haeger's Caverns, there's a lot of backtracking due to positioning, should I say. You might find yourself on one end of a locked door which is openable from another side, but you can't really get there because the route to getting there is actually locked for you. So I don't know how I feel about that. I like it when a game is non-linear, in the sense that this, for example, this is a 2D game, so it not being by nature you're either going left or right or up or down, right? But it's forcing you to revisit the same places from different angles, just due to pathing and locking doors, sort of expanding things, I guess. But I don't know how I feel. I like progression without having to revisit the same places, as things don't really change all too much when you revisit these areas, and locked doors are never really fun for me personally. But as you can see here, I am checking out my inventory. I'm not too sure what exactly I was looking for. Lots of items that we don't actually have the stats to use, but it's good to see what the hell is going on here. Currently at level 42, 30 strength, 21 endurance, 6 dexterity, 14 willpower. Probably, I'm assuming at maybe 25 to 30 endurance is where we'll stop, depending on what level armor we can wear. If we can wear a full set of heavy armor which has decent defense, definitely would be worth it. Get the Trickster's Band and Elegant Metal Ring, increases dex, I believe by 3 points. And I believe if you drop down there, you will fall down to the red cages, or the red hall of cages. But besides that, swing speed is still slow. I saw this platforming section and I thought to myself, let me actually just go the other way. I was like, let me just check what's going on the other side. I was like, yeah, if I'm gonna die, I'd rather die at least after checking out a few things. But pretty much I believe there are 4 paths for us to take from the sanctuary. We could go down, we could go left to the platforming section, we could go to the right, and the right is divided by either going right and downwards or right and upwards. And both of those, right and downwards and right and upwards, lead to the top left location of the stage. So, well, I guess since it's due to the perspective of the game, there can only really be 4 places for you to go to. But for now, I'm just taking a look at the design of these monsters' sword. For now, it's just a matter of exploration. There's no real quest line, I believe. Like, what are we doing in this game? Because we started searching for the princess, right? We were shipwrecked. And our goal was to find the princess. I believe the man at the beach hinted at the fact that she could be stuck in the castle. But for now, we have no overlying quest line besides that, I believe. We're just traveling. And the NPCs we meet will hint at something. Then usually, due to the progress of the game, you just find yourself going towards that item. So, I don't know. Honestly, don't know. I wish there were more NPC quest lines. I found him. My nobleman, I mean. I recognize his dress. And I'd seen him from afar before, but here he was, up close, dead. I cut his robes off in search of jewels. You know what I found? I found a brand on his neck. They don't put brands on the necks of noblemen. Know who they put brands on the necks of? Slaves. A slave in nobleman's dress. What's a slave doing in a nobleman's dress? My nobleman was a slave. Do you think a princess was a slave as well? No. Perhaps I was wrong. The nobleman could have been kidnapped and branded, then rescued and had his title returned to him. Unlikely, but not impossible. There's a dark purpose for me being stranded here, but I'm not foolish enough to see what it is. I'm done hunting treasure. I'll find salvage, craft a seaworthy skirt, and sail southeast. You know the place, Coast Rock. It would be interesting if she would be the endgame companion. That, for example, if there were to be multiple endings of the game and maybe in one ending you do actually leave this island, it would be cool that you get the choice to sail off to Coast Rock and reunite with the, even though she's technically not your friend. It could be like a friendship / love interest or something. It would be cool. But then it would really be nice. I'm not too sure if there were to be multiple endings. Maybe in one ending you find out the truth of, well, maybe you can find the truth of the island, the truth about your princess. Then either you embrace the truth and let the island consume you, for example, or you find out the truth and you defeat the evil and flee with the princess, or maybe you defeat the evil and sail off to Coast Rock without finding the princess, or maybe you could even find out that the princess is actually part of the evil of this island and have to kill her and embrace what you've done, knowing that you can't go back home because she's dead. It would be quite cool. But here now we're just exploring, and then I noticed, hey, our friend's up there. See if we can go talk to him. I was counting the number of swings here that this charm gave me. Normally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would usually get 5 swings without the stamina modifier charm, and with the stamina modifier charm I would get 6 swings. So now the calculations would therefore be, how much damage does 6 swings do, and how much damage do 5 swings do with the damage modifier? If 5 swings with the damage modifier does more damage than 6 overall swings, then definitely the damage modifier is better. Also, you have to understand that not many enemies will stand there and let you attack them 6 times without them doing anything about it. So in that case, extending the damage over time, or should I say burst damage, in most cases is always better than damage over time. You don't give your enemy the chance to react, you don't give your enemy the chance to move or attack back. You do all your damage as quickly as possible, then you move on. So in that regard, I would say the damage modifier, if it significantly boosts the damage, I'm still not yet too sure how the armor values work in this game, but if it does give you a significant chunk of damage compared to your base attack, then definitely doing more damage quicker is better than doing more damage over an extended period of time. Well, at least that's what MOBAs have taught me anyway, especially at higher level, not higher levels, but at higher stats. The more health, the more defense someone has, fair and fine, it's difficult to burst down someone who's tanky. But most often than not, it's better to do as much damage as quickly as possible than it is to do a lot of damage over a very long period of time, because people won't just sit there and let you wail at them, especially such as slow hitting sword. Another situation in which we found another area to go to, but it's locked by a gate. That's why I was saying the gating system in this game I personally do not like at all. If we're going to explore, let's explore. Don't limit us so much. Seems like this buff is giving about 16 damage on those guys, because I remember I was doing about 81, 82, 83, somewhere around there, and now those attacks were doing 97. That's not even the strong attacks. So. Leech's Focus, Super Charm, a Sapper Charm. Vile Charm adds poison damage. I wish I had. I'm still looking for a fast and damaging one-handed weapon. The Morning Star, like I said in the previous episode, it's just not interesting at all. Oh my goodness. The stats are really good for a one-handed weapon, and I believe it's relatively light for what it offers. But it's just not fun. And I mean, it's the starting weapon of this class. But I guess that should be a hint as to the strengths of the Paladin. Is that the starting weapon of the Paladin class, or should I say the Paladin class as a whole, starts with extremely heavy armor, which has really good defense, and a weapon that has a S scaling in strength. Firstly, that would technically hint at the fact that the Paladin technically is a late game force. First, let's talk to this NPC and I'll explain further. The red hole cages should not be here. It should be in Ascaria. It's an infamous dungeon there, well known for its legacy of blood and misery. So why is it here? Even that castle we were just in, did it not remind you of Cloudescence in Calcas? I've never seen it in person actually, but I know enough about it to know that the castle did not belong here. Cloudescence, the Red Hole, these are near perfect replicas all together here. Is this the work of some mad architect? I wonder what this cave holds. Excuses are the lies we tell everyone we know, including ourselves. Interesting preposition that we're being told here, that all these monuments that we've come across are from distant lands. Each person stranded on this island has come from a different location on the world map, including us, the main character, of course. So, if all these people have been shipwrecked and stranded here, all of these people from different locations, and they're all noticing monuments, buildings, structures, or people from where they came from, then you have to ask yourself, where the hell am I? Where the hell is this island? And in this case, how did the castle and the red hole cages, the red hole of cages, how the hell did they get here? So that could further put in some validity into the old man at the beach, his theory that this island could actually be cursed. This island could be a purgatory where all the shipwrecked go. You know, it's not an actual location in the world, it's instead a location in which borders the boundaries between ordinary life, maybe death or being drowned. But like he said, he's seen many people being shipwrecked here, but he's never seen anyone escape the area. So many people come but no one leaves. It could further fortify the fact that we are all dead. We all died in shipwreck, and we're all washed up into this spiritual plane, a place for the dead, I guess, a place for those waiting to pass on to the next life, maybe. Or it could just be where all dead and evil spirits go. Not too sure. Form of purgatory, I guess. But he's hinting at the fact that all these monuments are here, so this area could just be an amalgamation of the real world. So it would make sense that a place where all dead go would have resemblance to where all dead came from. Quite cool if that were to be the case, but how so, I don't know. If it were to be a place where all the dead go to, a purgatory, and the fact that the princess is not here so far, let's just assume that we never find the princess, that would technically mean she never died in shipwreck, but we did instead. Whether you beat the introduction boss or not, you will be shipwrecked. And you will appear at the same island. I don't know. It's a little bit sketchy. I don't know. Armor, stat values keep on changing. If I can find the rings that I'm wearing, No. When you're equipping armor, it acts as if you're not equipping any rings when you're in the armor section. Then when you head out back, then it adds the armor values, or should I say the stat values of the rings you're wearing. Makes sense, I think. But anyway, that's my thought about that little bit of lore. How there's so many people who've got here, and most of the people who've got here aren't just ordinary people. It's people who have taken risks, people who lead dangerous lives, I guess you could say that. It would make sense that we're all dead, considering what our occupations are, I guess you could say. But if this is not a purgatory, then it's definitely a cursed island of some sort. But the question is, where would it be? Because it doesn't seem like it has much outside influence from people around the world. No one seems to know where the hell this place is. Deal with these spiders. The eyeball puts a buff on them. while they have that white cloud around them, they actually, nothing takes damage. Oh, we got a great shield here. God damn, I didn't notice. Ooh, big hit. And I believe from that, and got our great shield, I believe we got a key as well. Can go try open up the door that we left behind, but I have to run around a bit, check what's around this room. I'm thinking maybe I wasted points in terms of leveling up, and it could be possible. I was thinking to myself that maybe, you know, put some points into dex and put some points into willpower or endurance as always, to get to use some of the faster hitting weapons. But the problem with that is I've put in points into sword fighter. That's fine because I really do want to use great swords of different classes. But I also did put points into other classes that use the polearms and the axes, because those points came with additional stat benefits, like maybe, oh snap, run! Like for example, putting points into level 3 axe fighter, for example, also netted about 2 to 3 strength bonus. So I don't know, I feel that I could have used those particular segments to level up dex as well, because 6 dex is really small. Symbol of affluence, metal ring with 3 gold plates, increases gold. Found. I believe that would have to be one of the worst rings in this game, because gold initially is used for low-end items that have very little benefits, and are cheap with time, and of course when you die you use gold to get taken back to a sanctuary, and gold is everywhere. You don't need any bonuses so far that I've seen. Gold is really pathetic in this game in terms of a currency. It would make sense if maybe you upgraded weapons with gold and yourself with salt. Hey there. I'm Minky Skull, but some call me Devil Skull. The Fearless, the Scourge of the Red. You can just call me Mince. Some people shrink in the face of danger. I thrive in it. There are 2 types of people in the world, harvesters and plants. I'm a harvester. What are you? Plant, an embarrassing turnip, a severed head of lettuce. Move along, plant. Harvester, eh? Not good enough, prove it. Are you a harvester? Not good enough, plant. It seems that she really wants to prove our strength, I guess, by bringing this what is it? What's it called? Some red something trophy from a monster, I would assume. She wants to see if you really are strong, and if you're strong, you're a harvester. If you can't prove you're a plant, you're weak. You're just there to be consumed by others, apparently. At least you get both sets of dialogue. It doesn't matter whether you have the item or not. And now the only other way to go is down. Funnily enough, when I was actually playing, I mistook her for the thief. So when I saw her holding a sword and shield, I was like, maybe I messed up the thief's quest line and now she's gone hostile. And then I realized that no, it's actually the same character model, but different character. I guess you're supposed to tell the difference by the fact that the clothes are different. She's wearing the onyx armor instead of the black. rogue armor. But besides that, it's anyone's guess which of the two it is. But I guess a big enough difference anyway. Pick up a stone cleric here on the shipwreck. Find some wraiths. Ooh. Vacant blades, ashes. Vacant blade. Rowan Crossler. A crook fashioned in the classic style horn, a Rowan. What? Resilient, capable of warding away evil. Seems to have a magic scaling. Magic weapon. Sadly, we're not dealing with magic. I really wanted to do a casting build, but then I doubted if I would be able to utilize the build well, and I didn't know that the game would actually lead you to spells. It's not like spells are in secret locations in this game, well, at least the ones are found or not. And I don't know, I still kind of regret not doing magic to a sense, but I think it was for the good, just to learn the game. Apparently you need a brand to walk over this invisible step. I just tried it without the brand and you do fall to your death. I was just making sure. But at least the player warning signs did suggest that you need a brand, and you could see the clouds that you could potentially walk on. So upon that death, I picked up my salts and I headed backwards, since I cleared that particular location, to go to the final area that I had not yet explored, the area that's to the top left from our central location at the how can I say this? Central location at the sanctuary. There we go. Getting my ass whooped. Seems that no one's following. It should be fine. Get shockwave, got a stone mage. Didn't notice that there were some items back there. Use cellar key. Probably from the other side of this cage. I think I could have got those items. Oh my goodness, I'll have to go back when I'm playing. At some point. Me being the person that I am, I was like, I'm not engaging those guys until this bridge respawns. I'm not even going to. Nope. Armor Might, Chitin, Red Shard, Golden Stone Charm. Don't think I checked the Golden Stone Charm, but something we can apply to our weapon. Get a charged door. Dead bindings. These teleporting monsters are literally the bane of my existence right now in this area. The thing is, they should just come and die. Just fight and die, because it's not like they're gonna change the outcome of this game in any way. besides wasting about 5 minutes of your time, end up just walking away from them like, oh, whatever, man. Whatever, man. I'm not interested in that nonsense. Can you see we get the Palatine gauntlets? Is it the Palatine or Paladin? It always looks like a T sometimes. But anyway, the Paladin's armor set, which we started with, we now have 2 sets of it. Locked door. Can't go out that way. But we started with that armor set and we get it so late into the game. Makes me wonder just how strong the Paladin is as a class. Like I was saying earlier, you start off with the late game armor set. Well, at least this is the mid game, right? You start off with the armor set that some people can only get in the middle of the game after spending maybe 5 hours playing the game. You get a weapon that has a S scaling and strength, so it's geared for the late game guaranteed. And I mean, your defense is so good. It makes you wonder just how good the Paladin is. Maybe I've been underutilizing this class the whole time. Maybe the weakness is that you actually need the stats to utilize what you start with. But I don't know. That would be it for now. Get to level up a bit. How many black pearls was that? Only 3. I was hoping that the Stone Mage would give bonus magic defense, not magic potency in this area. It would have really helped. But apparently that's not the case. Pick up a few things here and there before we head out. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next episode. A little foreshadowing. Things didn't go so well in the next episode, just so you know. See you soon.